All right. So, hi everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is good. And this is very special session because we are going to do something which is very important from the examination perspective in general. Today, we'll take into consideration, we'll combine the things here, okay? You people know what is the weightage of schemes in your examination. It actually includes a lot, right? More than half of the paper is, of course, is asked from the schemes only, right? So we'll try to integrate it with Union Budget 26-27 because when I talk about the budget allocation and specifically government wise allocation, or maybe like specifically when I talk about the government schemes wise allocation as well, that also is very important because हर साल या फिर अगर मैं budget की बात करूं तो कुछ ना कुछ जो budget allocation है उसमें change आता है. So we'll get to know that what is the change this year, what sort of schemes we've seen, and what sort of schemes have been discussed in this particular budget, in the recent budget, that is Union Budget 26-27. I'll just ensure that I cover everything in that too very holistically. And of course, if something is left, and in case taking 1% chance here, if you just think that this is not something which is included here, you let me know in the comment section at the last of the video so that we can actually talk about that as well. Otherwise, most of the part is included here. Okay. Before I start the session, this is the link for my Telegram channel, which is Economy with Payal. If you want to connect with me, you can join it. Now, before I start with the government-wise allocation of budget, remember this is the video which is useful for most of the aspirants. चाहे वो यूपीएससी की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं, चाहे वो रेगुलेटरी बॉडीज की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि बजट एंड स्कीम्स रिलेटेड जो क्वेश्चंस है वो यूजुअली पूछे जाते हैं, है ना. और उसमें से जो न्यूली इंट्रोड्यूस्ड बजट है, if it's a new allocation of scheme hai, that is also something which was very important. So it is, just try to find this video as helpful for most of the examinations. Now the first initiative we are going to talk about is associated with VBG Ramji initiative only. Remember how we are going to do it. सबसे पहले तो the main aspect and the like how and what is going to be the pattern of the video. We'll talk about the name of the initiative, right? And then we'll talk about the little as in meaning of it, what is the purpose of this particular initiative as a little idea about it. We won't be discussing it in a great detail. और उसके साथ साथ एलोकेशन, क्योंकि एलोकेशन क्या है, यही मेन फोकस है. व्हाट इज द एलोकेशन ऑफ बजट in this particular initiative, that is very important, right? So these are the three, like we will cover these three in each and every scheme, and that is how it is going to be in the entire video as well. This is going to be the pattern of this particular video, right? All right. So first of all, we starting with what? This is VBG Ramji initiative. You people already know, and these are the one which are associated with these ministries also. When I talk about this particular initiative, you people already know that last year only it was replaced. Okay. Previously, we had Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, and now it has been replaced by whom? That is VBG Ramji initiative. Now, VBG Ramji initiative is the one which is known as Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission. और ये जो पर्टिकुलर इनिशिएटिव है, इस पे जो बजट एलोकेशन हुआ है इस साल, that is standing at, and the rural employment schemes have actually gone through 43% of hike as well. और अगर मैं यहाँ पे VBG Ramji initiative की बात करूँ, so what is the allocation of budget here? That is standing at 59,692.31 crores, right? So if related question gets asked in the paper, people should be able to answer it out. Now you people already know that this is all equivalent to MG, as in Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme only. बस कुछ जो है वो changes हुए हैं. Now what are those changes here? So it is the one which has completely replaced the MG Nirega scheme here. And when I talk about this particular initiative, first of all, the main priority and the main target is clearly saying, because MG Nirega में क्या होता था कि हमें 100 days of minimum 100, again writing here, minimum of 100 days of employment हमें provide होती थी. Now it is guaranteeing 125 days of unskilled wage employment per rural households, and that too annually, right? This is what is the initiative here. There is enhancement in the employment, agricultural pause है, there is a pause of 60 days, agricultural pause, so that हम labor availability को ensure कर सके. Focus area is prioritizing the 4 pillars only: water security, core rural infrastructure, livelihood related infrastructure, climate resilience is also part of it, right? Okay. Next initiative is known as Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission. Remember, ये अभी NABARD में phase 2 में ये question जो है वो पूछा गया था. They asked you what is the name of the previous scheme, right? What is the name of the previous scheme? As in, because it has been changed, its name has been changed. इसका पहले नाम क्या था? ये जो question है वो पूछा गया था. Now this is the second scheme which we are talking about. When I talk about the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission, this is an idea about it. You can clearly see. It is specifically taken into consideration to improve the standard of living of people, right? To provide them employment opportunities, and it tries to pull them out of what that is poverty sort of situations that is specifically existing in the rural areas by giving them what that is poor households access to finances as well as employment opportunities as well. Just never consider it as something like sort of freebies which are getting distributed. No, ये क्या है सिर्फ employment opportunities की ही बात करते हैं. They clearly say this is to strengthen the community resources. Revolving funds are provided here. Community investments fund that is up to 2.50 lakh only for self-help federations as well. And in 2026-27, the scheme has been allocated with 19,020 crore. Remember, the amount is 19,200 crores, right? Which is 20% higher if I talk about the 25-26. तो ये क्या है? ये है मेरा union budget 26-27 का new allocation है. So remember that this was very important. We are talking about day NRLM, which was Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission, right? That's a central sponsored scheme which was being launched by the Ministry of Rural Development only. और जो main feature है इसका मैंने आपको पहले ही बता दिया, right? Now these are the features of it. You can clearly go through the budget and actuals as well. Okay. Next is known as प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना. अब ग्राम सड़क योजना का मीनिंग क्या है? It is associated with rural areas first of all. Rural areas, right? जो हमारी गांव है उनकी सड़कें एकदम सही बनी होनी चाहिए. That is what is the aim here, right? It was launched in 2000 only to provide all weather road connectivity to eligible rural habitations. In 2026 only, what is the budget allocation? That is standing at 19,000 crore. And if I try to compare it with 25-26, there is 73% rise here. There is 73% rise here. I've already told you what is the meaning of that. This clearly says I want rural areas की जो roads है वो एकदम perfect होनी चाहिए. That is what is the aim of it. All weather roads should be provided there. Okay. The objective is very clear in nature. I want to elevate the poverty here, right? क्योंकि अगर connectivity होगी तो poverty कम होगी. Okay. Next initiative is known as PM Setu initiative. This was the first scheme that we are doing. When I talk about the PM Setu initiative, which is specifically related to the upgradation of ITIs, technical education basically, what amount has been allocated here? 6,140.50 CR has been allocated to Pradhan Mantri Skilling and Employability Transformation through upgraded ITIs only, which is also known as PM Setu, right? Now, this is representing over 60% of the total Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship budget itself. The funding is a part of the broader, which is 60,000 crore, a 5-year initiative which is aimed at modernizing 1,000 of government ITIs, and that too through hub and spoke models itself. Okay. And this is the allocation of budget here. You can clearly see we see 62% of rise in the allocation of budget here as well. Okay. And this is a perfect allocation of it. Next is known as PM Shri initiative. When I talk about PM Shri initiative, remember it is associated with education. Now here, the scheme will be implemented between 2022-23 till 27-28 and with a central share of 18,128, state share 9,232 and between 2023 and 2024, 4,788 crores have been released. When I talk about 26-27, what amount of budget has been allocated to it? That is clearly 7,500 CR, okay, has been allocated this year as a union budget 26-27. Okay, remember that. The utilization, and this is 67% higher than the revised estimates of 25-26. And the utilization of the funds have been increased between 24 se leke 25-26 tak, right? And this only talks about upgrading the schools here. And this is central sponsored scheme. That is the reason I've shown you that there is a share that has been made by the central government plus state government as well. So it is following National Education Policy 2020 rules. Infrastructure and sustainability is taken care here. Modern facilities are part of it, and pedagogy clearly says that it is emphasizing on competency-based education, and that too perfectly 21st century skills and joyful learning as well. Next initiative talks about PM Vishwakarma initiative, which is talking about the artisans, and that too specifically MSME sectors here. It was launched in 2023 only. And अगर मैं PM विश्वकर्मा की बात करूँ, एक central sector scheme है. And it is providing end-to-end support to the traditional artisans and craftspeople itself, right? Now, when I talk about the very basic introduction about it, so artisans receive PM Vishwakarma certificate and digital ID cards as well. Basic training is provided like for 5 to 7 days only, and that is specifically for 40 hours itself. And advanced training की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो 15 days या फिर उससे ज़्यादा की जो training है वो दी जाती है. Along with that, you people get incentives as well as in stipend also, right? Okay, so tool incentive की अगर मैं toolkit incentive की अगर मैं बात करूँ, so there is a grant of 15,000 which was provided via e-vouchers for the modern tools itself. When I talk about the credit support here, so collateral free enterprise development loan is provided here, where it is provided at a very concessional rate, which is standing at 5% of interest rate only first tranche and second tranche. You people need to complete it, right? Okay. Now talking about the budget allocation here. This is the actuals of 24-25, not at all helpful for us. Budget estimates है 25-26 के, and ये है revised estimates. So this is something which is very important. You can clearly see the total of 390.1 crores have been allocated here. This is the newly introduced budget. This is budget estimates of 26-27, and the previously it was standing at 664. So you see there is a decrease here as well. Next, I've already talked about the PM Vishwakarma initiative. I've already told you what is the meaning of that. Next initiative is known as PM Poshan initiative, which means nutrition. कब launch हुई थी? 21-22 में launch हुई थी. It has subsumed the midday meal scheme, and under this particular scheme, one nutrition meal in a day is provided to children in a school from pre-primary to grade 8 also. And this is equivalent to the age group as well, which is 3 to 14 years. 3 to 14 years. See, it is going to provide them nutrition, and if nutrition is provided to them, it will be like helpful for ensuring that there is no underweight sort of situation, right? उसके साथ साथ जो अलग अलग प्रॉब्लम्स है, जैसे अंडरवेट हो गया, अनेमिया हो गया, स्टंटिंग हो गया, इसको रिड्यूस करने में ये हेल्प करेगा, राइट? इट इज एक्चुअली गोइंग टू हेल्प मी टू रिड्यूस दैट आउट. Now, when I talk about the Standing Committee on Education 2025, actually noted that adolescent malnutrition continues to be a concern here, right? And I clearly want to reduce it out. That is the reason it is very important as well. Now, what is the budget allocation in 26-27, students? Remember, in 2026-27, 12,750 crore has been allocated to it. 12,750 crore has been allocated to it. And and if I try to just compare it, if I try to compare it share as well, this is 9% of the ministry's budget, okay? And if I try to compare it with the 2025 also, it has been increased by 20% higher here than the revised estimates of 2025-26. So this is something which was very important here. This part is the super important part here. Related question can be asked in the paper as well, right? Okay, so this is the full form here, which is Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman Yojana, which is Shakti, which is Poshan only, right? And it is known as midday meal scheme itself, the central sponsored scheme. I've already told you about the rest of the parts as well. Next initiative is known as Mission Mosam, gets 1,342 crores in a union budget. So I think you're very sure about the union budget allocation here, which is standing at 1,342 crores itself. So let's understand what is the meaning of it. So the allocation has been made by the Ministry of Earth Sciences only, that has been set up. And that has actually allocated what rupees? Of course, that has been set up at 3,789.23 crores if I try to compare with the revised estimates of 2025-26, and this is the extra allocation of budget that has been made. Okay. मिशन मौसम की अगर मैं बात करूं तो मिशन मौसम सबसे पहले तो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ अर्थ साइंसेस के साथ एसोसिएटेड है, ताकि हम एक्यूरेट, मिशन मौसम का मीनिंग क्या है? मौसम का मतलब वेदर ही है ना, तो हम एक्यूरेट वेदर जो है वो फोरकास्ट कर सके, साइक्लोन, रेनफॉल सॉर्ट ऑफ सिचुएशन हम फोरकास्ट कर सके. दैट इज द रीजन इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट यूजिंग state of the art radar satellites with AI, and which is revolutionizing the agriculture plus disaster management as well. These are the many features of it. You can just go through them. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji has allocated 2.27 lakh crore to Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana also. And if you people remember, when I talk about the recent news that I'm going to give you, अभी जो गरीब कल्याण अन्न योजना है, जहां पे इसको कोविड-19 टाइम पीरियड के ऊपर शुरू करा गया था, just to ensure food security. Now there is a change in it, right? There is a change in it. Now this entire system is going to follow CBDC system. CBDC system. It is already implemented in the 4 districts of Gujarat. In the 4 districts of Gujarat. Recently, it has been initiated in Pondicherry as well, right? Pondicherry as well. So these are the 2 areas where it has been initiated. Now, when you talk about the Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, basically 2.27 lakh of crore जो extra allocation of budget हुआ है यहाँ पे, it is associated with the union budget 26-27 only. and which clearly says I want to provide free food grain support to 80 crore of vulnerable houses. Okay, this was very introduction about it. You can clearly see it has earmarked 2.27 lakh crore. That is equivalent to like 2,27,000 and 429 crores for the Pradhan Mantri Garib Anna Kalyan Anna Yojana only, and that too in Union Budget 26-27, right? Sorry, just wait a minute. I think something happened. Just wait a minute. Just give me 1 second only. I don't know what happened. Okay. So by mistake, I just clicked onto the end, end option here, and it got ended. So sorry for that. Okay. So what I was talking about is specifically Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana only, and I've already told you this is one initiative which ensures food security. I clearly see that the main objective is to provide 5 kgs of free food grains that includes wheat, rice per person, and that too per month, right? And it is going to be replaced by CBD system now. Okay. All right. Next is Awas Yojana Gramin. What is the meaning of Awas Yojana? That is clearly housing for all, right? That is clearly housing for all. And this is associated with the women empowerment as well, because this talks about the ownership of it, right? Ownership kiske naam pe? Women empowerment, like women ke naam pe hai, okay? It was launched in 2016 only, which was subsuming the Indira Awas Yojana just to address gaps in the demand and supply of the rural housing here. It aims to ensure housing, for all by 2022. And the data which is captured here is all on the basis of socioeconomic caste census data 2011 itself. The housing shortages in the rural areas were estimated to be 4.03 crores. So I want to fulfill this particular gap here, right? That is the reason this has been introduced. And along with that, we are having a Awas Plus survey also, which was conducted to identify the eligible households which are left out under 2011 caste, like socioeconomic caste census data 2011, and whatever rest of the individuals have been included here, and that too very completely. Now, what is my focus? To understand what is the allocation of budget in 26-27. So this is standing at 54,917 crore, and there is an increase of 69 percentage over the revised. If I talk about 26, like 25-26. In 25-26, it was just given like 32,500 crores only. 32,500 crores only. Now it has been increased to 54,917. Okay. Next initiative is 2.0, which is urban. Now, when I talk about the objective, that remains same. There is no change in that, but it clearly says in 2026-27, you can clearly see that rupees 18,625.5 crore has been allocated here, right? For what purpose? That is specifically Urban 2.0, right? Urban 2.0 initiative. That is the reason it is very, very important to cover here. The question, as in the main initiative remains the same with the main motto, that is housing for all, right? That is housing for all. So the initiative remains same here. The meaning remains same here. All you need to do is to just understand the budget allocation itself. Next is Jan Arogya Yojana, which is talking about Jan Arogya means what? Which is talking about the health of the people. Now, it has clearly said that the allocation for Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana has been raised to 9,500 crores, which is, in the budget estimates of 26-27. And this is up by 500 crores if I try to compare it with 25-26. So this is something which is very, very important here. PMJ is the one which is helpful in ensuring the basic health services, in providing the basic health services, right? It supports secondary and tertiary healthcare also. The Ayushman Bharat scheme runs various of the other programs as well, just to ensure quality healthcare services to be provided. Now, what it includes? Basically, 5 lakh per year for the secondary and tertiary care services and hospitalization to enrolled socio-economically deprived families and to all senior citizens who are above the 70 years as well, right? So this is also part of it. Next initiative is known as Jal Shakti initiative. Now, when you talk about Jal Shakti, when I talk about the Jal Jeevan mission, it clearly says that each and every household should have clean tap drinking water. So, what allocation has been done here? This is standing at 67,670 crores in 26-27. In 26-27, there's almost 4 times the revised initiative. If I talk about like revised estimate, if I try to compare it with 25-26, So far, no funds have been released to the states under this particular initiative. There is underutilization of the funds seen in the schemes like Swachh Bharat Mission, Grameen, Namami Gange, and PM Krishi Sinchai Yojana as well. About 75% of the districts are water stressed, water scarce, and surface and groundwater pollution persists despite improvement in the recent years as well. So that is something which is very important. The ministry is having two departments here. The Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation is part of it. Department of Water Sources, River Development, and the Ganga Rejuvenation is also part of it. So just try to find this also as very important. Okay, this is also part of it. Drinking water sanitation, and the Department of Water Sources, River Development, and Ganga Rejuvenation is also part of it. Right now, both are having their different purposes here. DDWS, I'm talking about the drinking water and sanitation, is responsible for providing drinking water. And of course, when I talk about the other one, this is responsible for setting policies for the conservation and management of the water sources. So both are playing different role. Next is known as Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, and allocation of budget has been dropped, right? It has been dropped to what? That is 6,587. 6,587 here. So this is what is very important. And when I talk about the increase or maybe decrease here, when I try to compare with the previous year, clearly telling you there is a decrease in that, right? There is decrease in that. Krishi Sinchai is the one which deals with the irrigation facilities. Okay. All right. So you can clearly see this is the one umbrella initiative which is consisting of two of the components here. It is accelerated irrigation benefits and programs. Har Khet Ko Pani is another initiative here, which is having sub-components of it as well. Command area development and water management is part of it. Minor, surface minor irrigation repair is part of it. Renovation and restoration of the water bodies are part of it. Groundwater development is also part of it. So these are the main initiatives here. Okay. Now, next initiative is known as Mission Shakti here. You people already know that अभी NABARD में एक question जो है इसके related पूछा गया था. अभी NABARD 2025 में इसके related जो question है वो पूछा गया था. And in general also it is very, very important. Okay. Now, when I talk about Mission Shakti here, remember it is the one which is associated with women empowerment. Just give me 1 second only. Remember, it is the one which is associated with women empowerment, right? Now we are having two components in that. The one is Sambal and another one is Samartha, right? Sambal. Samartha means what? That individual which is capable of. So means empowerment, deals with the empowerment here. Right? Sambal is the one which deals with safety. So two initiatives with different meanings. And we are having a lot of initiative which comes under two components of it. First of all, under Sambal, we are having Beti Bachao Beti Padhao program, one-stop centers, Nari Adalat, Mahila Police Volunteer, and Women's Helpline, etc. Under Samarthya, we are having Shakti Sadans, right? Swudhar, Ujjwala, Window Homes, Sakhi Nivas is part of it, Working Women Hostels, and Palna Initiative, that is National Creche System, is also part of it, right? Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, National Hub for Women Empowerment, Gender Budgeting, Search, Skilling, Training, Media, etc. And when I talk about the total allocation of budget here, that is 3,200 crores, and the same received 2,000 crores, the last year here. So that is also part of it. Next is known as One Nation, One Subscription. Now, when I talk about One Nation, One Subscription here, it clearly says that with the government of India, which is increasing the focus on nurturing R&D capabilities, which is the main objective of national education policies also. It identifies research as a fundamental driver for that, right? But when I talk about the subscriptions here, that can come in between as an obstacle sort of expenditure. So the government says, I'll provide you help here. Okay. All right. So when I talk about the budget allocation of it in today's times, you can clearly see the budget allocation is 6,000 crore. But for 3 years, which is standing from 2025 to 2027 here, right? And along with that, it also says that a dedicated fund of 150 crore per year supports article processing charges also, and that is for opening access publishing, reputed journals as well. So that is something which is very important here. Otherwise, the total budget is standing at 6,000 crore only, right? That is also something which is very important. Okay. All right. So next initiative is known as PM Kisan Initiative. When I talk about the PM Kisan Initiative, which is Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana, Here the government says that I'm going to provide you 6,000 rupees, right? 6,000 rupees in that too every year, which is also given in which is also given in installments only, which is 2,000, right? 2,000 and three equal installments are part of it, right? Okay, so which are sent straight to the bank accounts itself, farmers' bank accounts itself, and 22nd installment has been given. And just telling you that in Union Budget 26-27, the government has actually released what amount? That is 63,500, crores for the PM Kisan initiative, which is showcase the continuation of it as well, right? Next is known as PM Divine initiative, which is specifically for Northeast areas. So you can clearly see the government clearly sees that Prime Minister's Development Initiative for Northeast, which is Divine Initiative, 2,300 of crore, 2,300 of crore, financial flexible financing windows supporting region-specific projects, especially port, like transport, community infrastructure, local livelihood and empowerment is part of it, right? Then it also says, when I talk about this particular initiative here, it takes into consideration and it consists of, okay, so it consists of what is happening? It consists of what? That is 6,600 crores central sector scheme here, which is having one aim, that is rapid holistic development in the northeast areas. That is with the means of Gati Shakti and maybe other areas as well, right? Okay. Next, we are having is PM E-Drive initiative, which is standing at what? That is 1,500 crores, right? Okay, so the subsidies for the electric two-wheelers and three-wheelers are set to expire by 2026, but कौन continue करने वाला है? जैसे हमारे electric trucks हो गए, electric buses हो गए, charging infrastructures हो गए, they're going to be continued for next 2 years as well. That is March 2028. And when I specifically talk about the continuation of that, this becomes very important from the examination perspective. And you can clearly see the central sector scheme. The target is very crystal clear in nature. E2-wheelers, E3-wheelers, E-ambulances, E-trucks, E-buses are part of it. But now the government clearly says, I'm going to stop this E2-wheelers, 3-wheelers. I'm going to continue with the E-trucks as well as E-buses only because still they are in their very nascent age. Okay. Next initiative, you can get to know, I'm just talking about Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. So the government says there is a push here. Okay. That is a push of they received an allocation of 22,000 crores in the Union Budget 2026, which is representing 10% increase if I try to compare it with 2026 as in 25-26 here, right? Okay, so the previous year it was just standing at 20,000 crores only. Now it has been increased to 22,000 crores. Okay, all right. So when I specifically talk about the subsidy here, which is given to me, that is 60% of the cost for up to 2 kilowatts here, 50% of the remaining cost, which is for 2 to 3 kilowatts here. Eligibility should be Indian citizen only, having own house and valid electricity connections also. This is the apply larger status as well as Odisha support as well. Okay, next we are having this Biopharma Shakti scheme has been announced here, and this is the newly introduced scheme. When I talk about the biopharma, this is talking about strategy for healthcare advancement through knowledge, technology, as well as innovation as well. Now, what is the budget allocation here? Remember this initiative, and the name of the initiative in itself is very important. And with an outlay of what? That is 10,000 crores for the next 5 years, right? For the next 5 years here. Infrastructure support, if I talk about that, so under the scheme, there are 3 new national institutes for pharmaceutical education as well as research, which are also known as NIPER also, which will be launched, and 7 existing institutes will be upgraded as a part of biopharma focused network as well. And this is related to medicines as well. These are the many medicines which are covered here. Okay. Next is talking about chemical parks. So this is also newly introduced thing in Union Budget 26-27. That is the reason I've included it. Okay. We can clearly see in 26-27, a new scheme to support states in establishing dedicated chemical parks through a challenge-based route is inaugurated here. And 600 is the one which is actually given for that purpose, right? 600 is actually given for that particular purpose to support the establishment of these chemical parks here. Okay. All right. So this is about it. It clearly says that, chemical parks are the one which are actually planned industrial cluster sort of thing, which are explicitly designed for chemical as well as petrochemical, manufacturing only, where multiple units operate together and they share world class of infrastructure as well as common like services as well, right? Next is known as Bharat Vistar initiative. Vistar is the one which is sort of AI integrated to specifically for the farming here. Okay, ये एक डीपीआई इनिशिएटिव है एग्रीकल्चर में और ये आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का यूज करता है ताकि वो उसको हर एक जो चीज है वो प्रोवाइड कर सके फार्मर्स को. ओके, now the government clearly sees we are actually allocating 350 crores and that too under support for high value agriculture in 2026-27. Okay, now this is a coastal focus as well. Remember, we've actually extended the services, right? So one of the most important services we're actually announcing in the states where farming is actually shaping by humidity, of course, saline soils, plantation ecosystem. The government is having backing crops such as coconut, cashew, as well as cocoa as well, right? Now, when I talk about the next of the initiative here, that is also known as Startup India Fund of Funds 2.0. Now, when I talk about this particular initiative here, remember it's a part of Startup India only. And you tell me in the comment section that कितने साल जो है स्टार्टअप इंडिया के कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं. टेल मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन कितने साल जो है स्टार्टअप इंडिया के कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं. एंड व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट स्टार्टअप इंडिया हियर 2.0, it's a 10,000 crore government backed fund only which is used to mobilize long term domestic capital by investing in alternative investment funds. It was actually approved in 2026 only. And when I talk about the initiatives here, it is specifically taken to invest in startups, right? To clearly invest in the startups. Next initiative is specifically associated with central monitoring system. Okay, this is one initiative. This is centralized monitoring system only. Now, when you talk about centralized monitoring system, what is the budget allocation? That is standing at 192.80 crores. And when I talk about this is the one which is associated with the SATCOM monitoring facility. And when I talk about this particular initiative, this is standing at 100 crores itself, right? So these are the two introduced things. Now, when I talk about CMC here, it is a new budget line, which has been introduced in the Department of Telecommunication. This allocation is a part of expansion in a specific, technical, specifically, monitoring and the security frameworks for the upcoming financial year as in fiscal year as well, right? So I've already told you about the budget year, plus I've already told you about the department itself. Okay, all right. Next initiative is the one which is related to National Cooperative Exports Limited. So basically, when I talk about the National Cooperative Exports Limited, it gives boost to cooperative sector exports and it enhances what? That is international market access as well. Now, what is the budget allocation for that? It clearly says that for 450 crore of budget allocation is specifically of this. Okay. Now, it's the National Cooperative Export Limited is the one which is a sort of national level multi-state cooperative dedicated to exports itself. It's a sort of umbrella body that actually represents the entire cooperative sector of India in the overseas, market itself, right? And when I talk about this particular initiative here, remember NCEL is the one which was approved by the Union government, and this was formally registered under the Multi-State Cooperative Society Act 2002 as well, and that too on 2023 itself, right? I can just see it from the perspective of Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act 2002 also. And NCEL has been promoted by 5 lending cooperatives. These are Indian Farmer Fertilizer Cooperative Limited, Krishak Bharti Cooperative Limited, National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India Limited, Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation, and National Cooperative Development Corporation. And its initial paid-up capital is what? That is 500 crores with a contribution of 100 crores each by 5 promoters here. And authorized share capital is standing at 2,000 crores. So this every information is very, very important, and we are supporting Make in India initiatives as well. Okay. Next is SME Growth Fund. Now, when I talk about this particular aspect here, so a scheme will be introduced to revive 200 legacy industrial clusters, and that too through updated technology as well as infrastructure also. It is having subparts as well. National Fiber Scheme is the one. National Technical Expansion and Deployment Scheme is the one. National Handloom and Handicraft Scheme is the one. Tex Eco, which is related to textile ecos only. It is related to that. And Samarthi 2.0 is also part of it, right? So this is what is the core initiative here, right? You can clearly see the government clearly says to strengthen Khadi as well as handloom. We are actually coming up with this, SME Growth Fund is also specifically for that purpose as well, and that too with an outlay of 10,000 crores here, right? And along with that, we are having other initiatives as well. Okay, so this is something which can actually go through. Next, it talks about the key aspects here. So, what is the fund size, which is 10,000 crore dedicated to SME like growth here, and objective is very clear. It empowers MSMEs to scale, using long-term capital and higher targets है. फिर उसके साथ साथ कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री सपोर्ट है, liquidity and formalization is also part of it, right? Next is the one which was known as India Semiconductor Mission 2.0, and I hope you people are enjoying abhi tak. Next, we are still left with the few of the initiative as and when we'll done it, like as and when we'll do it. So like you people will keep on enjoying it as well. Okay. Okay. So next initiative is the one which was known as India Semiconductor Mission 2.0. You people know this is a favorite topic of UPSC. Repetitive questions has been asked in the paper. What is the budget allocation for that? This is standing at 1,000 crores. Okay, this is standing at 1,000 crores here just to strengthen research, training, and domestic chip manufacturing capabilities as well. Okay, and this is about the entire thing here. 2.0 is the one which is actually an extension of it only. And when I talk about the semiconductors, you people know they are the backbone of everything, right? From remotes, right? Remotes, TV remotes, it is used in everything, even if that is defense sector, aircraft, missile, drones, right? Telecommunication, mobile phones, mobile devices, defense system, everywhere they are used. And I want to be self independent in that, right? Along with that, I want to increase the market to 100 and 110 billion US dollars as well. Next is known as PM Research Chair, which is PMRC. Now, when I talk about this particular initiative, you can clearly see there is a lot of initiatives here which have been taken into consideration. Every initiative is related with the higher education only. Now, when I talk about when I clearly talk about this particular initiative, which is PM Research Chair, it's a new scheme in 2026-27, and with an allocation of 200 crore has been kept in financial year 25-26. When I talk about this particular initiative, basically it is here to like which aims to attract 120 top origin like scientists and research back to India. Over 5 years, it focuses on strengthening the research ecosystem and institutions like IITs by offering significant funding and infrastructure and autonomy in the 14 priority sectors, which includes AI, semiconductor, and clean energy as well. And these are the many objectives of it. Next initiative talks about infrastructure risk guarantee fund, as in de-risking finance capital, right? Okay, now when I talk about it, so Union Budget 26-27 May, there is one fund that has been introduced here, an infrastructure risk fund that has been announced here. And when I talk about the budget allocation towards it, so this is standing at 1,000 crores like towards this particular initiative here, and this allocation has significantly lower than the media report that suggested much as 25,000 crores, right? But you can clearly see it is much less than that. Next is known as lead health professionals here. When I talk about the lead professional health professionals here, basically in 26-27 union budget tied the goals for creating employment, and that too with strengthening the health forces workforces as well. Now the training will span 10 disciplines including optometry, radiology, and anesthesia is the one, operation theater technology is the one, applied psychology, behavioral health is also the one part here. The center has actually aimed to add 1 lakh of new AHPs specifically over the next 5 years as well, so that they can help them out. Now, what is the introduction here and what is the amount introduced here? Remember, this is 1,000 crore for this particular initiative just to strengthen a lead healthcare professionals, right? Just to strengthen this, a lead healthcare professionals here. Remember that, okay? All right, these are the key features of it. Next initiative is known as construction and infrastructure equipment, right? You can clearly see there is a dedicated scheme for construction and infrastructure equipment also, which was proposed just to strengthen domestic manufacturing of high value technological advanced construction and infrastructure equipment as well. This includes a wide range of equipment from lifts used in the multi-story buildings and fighting equipments also to tunnel boring machines for the metro projects and high altitude roads as well. In union budget, you can clearly see that 200 crore of scheme for the enhancement of the like ICE has been allocated here, right? Specifically for ICE has been allocated here just to boost domestic manufacturing of high value products here. Okay. Next initiative is talking about municipal bond incentive scheme. Now you people would be knowing from the name itself what is the meaning of that. Basically, an allocation of budget of 100 crores have been done here right? 100 crores of investment for the municipal corporations, which is issuing exceeding 1000 crore just to promote high value market based financing for large city infrastructure project has been part of it, right? And this initiative aims to enhance secondary market liquidity only, and of course to attract the institutional investors as well. These are the main key aspects about it. You can clearly focus on it. Now this year the government focused on the orange economy as well. So ABCG content creator labs are part of it. The government clearly sees that orange economy is getting increased and want to focus on it with a project, with a sector which is required, like which sector to require 2 million of skilled professionals, and that too by 2030. The government has actually introduced a robust allocation of budget here, right? When I talk about the content creator labs, so basically the government has allocated 250 crores to establish ABGC content creator labs in 15,000 secondary schools as well as 500 colleges as well. Okay. Next is Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Now, when I talk about Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana, just try to consider them as equivalent to employment linked incentive scheme only. This is equivalent to employment linked incentive scheme only, which was very youth oriented. हमारे इस बार बजट का थीम क्या था? युवा ड्रिवन था, है ना? तो युवा ड्रिवन, युवा शक्ति ड्रिवन का मीनिंग क्या है कि आई एम वेरी यूथ ओरिएंटेड. Now it clearly sees it provides employment to over 3.5 crore of youth, and that too between 25 to 27. It provides assistance of 15,000 in 2 installments, just to first time seekers, and the monthly incentive of 3,000 per employee for 2 years to employers will be provided here, right? Now these are the main characters of it. The government clearly say that if one individual is getting benefit here, another individual will also be getting that. So employees and employers both are going to get benefit here, right? This is about the allocation of budget. So we can clearly see when I talk about that ELI initiative has actually got what amount? That is 99,446 crore just to support the employment initiatives here. Next is the one which is known as Shrishti initiative. This is Shram Registration Inspection Samadhan and Transparency initiative here, right? Now you can clearly see, since I'm talking about these aspects here, so the purpose is very crystal clear in nature. I wanted to modernize the labor management through digital registrations, transparent inspections, and effective grievance redressal as well, which is Samadhan here, right? Now, in the budgetary context, it's a part of broader labor reform which is designed to create a more sufficient, more efficient, business-friendly environment itself, right? The main focus is just to promote ease of doing business here. GECECL facility is also part of it, which is Guaranteed Emergency Credit Line. Now, the government has done allocation of budget here also, which is equivalent to 9,000 crore to this particular initiative, which is GECL only, right? GE's facility only, for all eligible MSMEs just to address ongoing liquidity challenges. And you can clearly see it has started providing, it has continued 10 and 100% of collateral free government backed loans here. And that is something which is very special. What sort of allocation of budget has been done here, which is 9,000 crore, right? Along with that, the purpose is very clear here. It offers guaranteed collateral free loan to help MSMEs to grow here. Okay. Alright. Next is Marine Development Fund. When I talk about marine here, you people get to know that this is the one which is associated with shipbuilding, ship repair, port infrastructure. And what amount has been allocated? 1,000 crore to the Marine Development Fund here. Okay. It supports vessel dependency. It actually reduces the foreign vessel dependency, supports the growth of the indigenous, manufacturing as well. So 26-27 May, 1,000 of crore allocated to 27 just to provide the financial support to them. There is an overall proposed corpus of 25,000 crore just to support long-term financing also. And you can clearly see financial assistance scheme which is standing at 515 crores earmarked just for boosting the shipyard capacity as well, and 250 crores for this particular purpose. Okay. Alright, next is known as Divyang Kaushal Yojana. When I talk about Divyang Kaushal Yojana, this is talking about the allocation of budget 200 crores just to provide industry relevant customized training for the persons with the disabilities in sectors like IT, animation, gaming, and hospitality as well. It is talking about dignified livelihood opportunities, and that too through specialized training, which is tailored to each disability group here. Okay. And when I talk about Divyangjan's empowerment also, basically 2 initiatives have been introduced, Kaushal and Sahara Yojana. We are done with the Kaushal one. Now, this is very important part of it which we are done with, and this is Divyang Sahara here. This is specifically to provide them like assistive devices here for the eligible Divyangjans and the senior citizens as well, right? I have already told you geriatric care has been the part of it, and we've actually fully focused on it for this particular time, this Union Budget 26-27. Next is the one which was talking about 500 crore of allocation of budget has been made to promote the sports goods manufacturing here. And when I talk about this particular initiative, you can clearly see that 500 crore dedicated has been dedicated to it just for the promotion of sports good manufacturing in India only. And the total sports ministry budget is specifically standing at 4,479.88 crores, right? These are the key aspects about it. All right, so we are done with this particular video here. I hope each and everything is crystal clear to everyone. We've actually done a lot of content. We have actually done a lot of schemes here. I know that the perspective was not at all going in detail about each and any initiative. जो मेन पर्सपेक्टिव था वो सिर्फ एलोकेशन ऑफ बजट था और थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ आइडिया था हमारे schemes को लेके. So we are done with that particular purpose. I know it has been little lengthy, but if you try to see it very clearly and if you just try to just see it with the full attention, you people will be updated. You people will be able to update your notes as well. Thank you so much. Having any doubt, you can mention that in the comment section. Of course, we'll be addressing that out. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.